Ready, set up.
Okay, we have Javon Foster here. He's ready for your questions. Scotty, do you have something?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Scotty Rogers with the Cotton Bowl. Javon, you're getting ready for this season. What's been the mindset of the team in the summertime as you've been getting together, having your players-only meetings and doing your workouts and kind of getting ready for what's going to be an exciting season coming up?
The mindset for our team is honestly, Coach Drink has put it in as STP. We got something to prove. So that's our whole mindset. Honestly, because we know we've been so close last year. Some of the games that we had, we were so close. So I feel like us finishing will put us over the top. So that's something to prove.
Front row here.
The offensive line has been growing each year under Coach Eli Drinkwitz, and a lot of people think that this is probably the best and most cohesive unit that Missouri's had since 2019. So how do you feel like that you've kind of, the camaraderie's been with your teammates and the unit as a whole?
Yeah, I feel like he's changed it a lot. I feel like this year is the year because we got a lot of returners, a lot of starters that's returning. So that just shows that we know that we have what it takes. So us all coming back, with the new guys that we brought in, with open arms, I just feel like this environment is just very nice. I love our team right now.
Stay on the front row here.
Chris Farble in KCU at 81 FM in Columbia. You mentioned a couple of guys you brought in, two big transfers that are expected to start. You got Cameron Johnson on the interior of the offensive line. Then opposite you, at right tackle, you have Marcellus Johnson. Just what have you seen from both of them so far since coming to Mizzou, and what should Tiger fans expect in the fall?
I seen a lot. Them guys, they're smart and great football players. I just seen a lot. I've been trying to learn from them too, because them playing in different conferences, they had different opponents. They might have learned different things, just from different coaches. So me just having them come in, show me how great of players they are. How hard workers they are. It just showed me a lot with them.
Darius spoke about how you've been a great leader in the offseason. I'm curious what that approach has been like for you, and what have you been trying to get out of your teammates?
I just felt like the offensive line last year, we let the team down. So me just having to step up my role, get on the guys a little bit more because we had so many penalties and stuff. So me just trying to take our offensive line to the next level is what I was trying to do.
Third row.
Apart from the offensive line, what do you feel like a big strength of this team is, maybe unit-wise, or what is a big strength of this team?
Our defense. We had a lot of returners on defense. We know last year they had a great year. I just felt like us offense, we kind of let them down. So with a lot of returners on the defensive side of the ball, I feel like that's a strong unit.
Why is it that offensive linemen have the best personalities and are the most interesting to talk to among the position groups?
I would say because, we have 5 guys on the line, so we all know we can't. It's not just one of us. We have to depend on all of each other. So I just feel like us just being unselfish, and being very cool guys is pretty much what offensive lineman is.
All right, second row.
I'm curious as far as stuff that you've observed in terms of plays that y'all have been running in the offseason and stuff that you've been working on. Obviously, that outside zone, huge part of Eli's scheme. Is that something Kirby's been bringing to the table a lot? Is that something y'all are still working on, or it's more of that inside zone stuff he was running at Fresno State?
It's a mixture. We trying to do both. It's a mixture. We still like the outside zone, but Kirby bringing in the inside zone. So it's a mixture of both. We just trying to make the offense as best as we can. So us just doing both, being good at both is going to help us out a lot.
Row.
Yeah, Missouri's been a 500 program, since 2019. Is there a frustration there when it comes to maybe not being able to haven't got to the next level as of yet? And is that something that kind of drives you and your teammates to take that next step? And what's that going to take?
Yeah, because we all feel like we're so close. A lot of games is right in our fingertips. So I just feel like us finishing and us knowing that we're right there, but also that we still have stuff to improve on is what helps us out a little bit.
Okay, third row.
You've talked about the cohesiveness of of the offensive line and how this is going to be your guys' year. I mean, how important is how well the offensive line works together just contribute to the overall success of a team?
The offensive line is the unit that has to be the best on the field. You feel so? Our offensive line, we last year we kind of let down the team. I feel because we had a lot of penalties, a lot of false starts and stuff that kind of put us behind the chains and what hurt our offense a lot. So I feel like if your offensive line is doing good and playing good together, your offense is going to be nice.
And just what are kind of your team goals and expectations at this point?
Our team goals is honestly just to win. We going week by week, just trying to figure out what we got to do to win and going out there and execute.
Okay, you're on the front row.
So playing in the SEC now, you've been in the SEC for several years. So you go up against a lot of elite defensive players. Is there one guy that you've gone up against? Who's the guy that you've gone up against in a game that has really been, we say, is the best player you've faced in college?
I feel like I faced a lot of great players, so it's not just one guy I can say, but I faced a lot of good players, even in practice, like going against our DNs, going against the linebackers we had, like Nick Bowden, going up against him, like stuff like that. But to answer your question, I can't really say just one player. I just feel like in the SEC, you play against a lot of great players. So,
How important is it to be versatile, to be able to play two positions?
It's very important, definitely an offensive line. You never know what can happen, so you being versatile is good for the team, and it brings a lot of value to you.
Do we have any other questions? Javon, thank you very much.
Thank you.